Now I know what you're thinking. This must be a lie, and it must be clickbait. No way would our government tax somebody making less than $50,000 at 50%. But I assure you, this is Ontario, stupid is to be expected. It all started in 2003 when the Ontario Liberals, led by Dalton McGuinty, led the anti-Tory hate train to win a landslide election, promising to reverse the cuts to our healthcare system inflicted by the previous Conservative government, while also promising not to raise taxes. The NDP was also there. Now, McGuinty could make whatever promises he wanted while in opposition, like spending hundreds of millions more on improving healthcare without raising taxes. But he soon found out governing wasn't quite as easy. His first budget shocked voters by introducing a new tax to pay for healthcare. Cue the hate train, for the Liberals this time. By the way, this was announced just before a federal election was called in a move that I'm sure totally didn't kneecap the Liberals federally. Yeah. Now McGuinty had two options for this new tax. One, introduce a flat tax that everybody pays, perhaps exempting some low-income earners. This means that those who make the most pay the same as the middle class. Or two, introduce a progressive tax, which means that those who make more also have to pay more. Why not both? Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to the Ontario Health Premium. It doesn't cost the rich as much as you might think, and it costs the middle class a lot more than they think. Also, this one won't show up in your pay stub as a separate line, so please forget it exists. Also, please forget I did this when the next election comes around. And people did. For every full year starting in 2005, Ontarians have to pay a weird Byzantine tax that goes like this. Again, this is not tax advice. Do you make no more than $20,000 of taxable income a year? Then congratulations! Go break a leg! Literally, if you want to, you don't have to pay the premium, but you still get health coverage. Do you make between $20,000 and $25,000 a year? No problem. Simply take your income, subtract $20,000, and multiply by 6%. Easy, right? If you make over $25,000 up to $36,000, you pay a flat fee of $300 for some reason. But if you make more than $36,000 up to $38,500, don't ask me why, then blah 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 blah. And it gets even worse. Look at this graph to see exactly how much tax you're paying. I don't know who looked at this table and thought it was a good idea, since it clearly hits the middle class the hardest right here. And then it caps off at $900 for those making over $200,000, including those who make millions each year, which means they only pay double what someone making $40,000 a year has to pay, despite making at least 5 times more money. I'm surprised nobody took issue with this in the last election. How is this possible? Well, you combine federal and provincial marginal tax rates in 2020 for those making over $48,535 is 30%, but you still have to pay 25% in Ontario Health Premium up to $48,600. Unlike EI and CPP, there aren't any offsetting credits that help you reduce your provincial income tax by that amount, because the Ontario Health Premium is a completely separate page of your tax return at the very end after you're done calculating your regular income taxes, and it's just added on, plain and simple. And while it may not be a lot of money, at the end of the day, I'm glad the government of Ontario has decided that a handful of middle-class earners should be in a higher tax bracket than those making 10 times more than they do. So maybe next time you're filing your taxes, you should ask your tax prep person if it's a good idea to claim any deductions you can to push you down from the 55% tax rate. At least then you can brag at how you got more than half your money back from the government for your failed mask business.